All right, welcome to lesson 10 of unit 4. Okay, so we are going to start with this warm-up, which I believe is in your book, and if it's not, just watch and you don't have to write anything down. All right, so it says which doesn't belong. So there are 4 different options, A, B, C, and D, and you could probably give a reason for why any one of them doesn't belong because they're all different. But what I'm noticing is that they all have an intersection point, right? Like in B, 2 lines cross, in C, 3 lines cross, and then there's multiple crossing points in D. So you could say that A is all parallel and others intersect. Of course, you could give your own reason for one of the other ones, and that would be totally fine as well. Okay, I have $2 in my pocket. What might be in my pocket? So you could think about all the different types of money you might have. You could have $2 bills, right? Like that. You could have 8 quarters. Is there gray? Ooh, there is gray. So you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we could say 25 cents. And so on and so forth. So it's kind of like lots of different combinations, right? Okay, a pocket full of change. So this should be the second activity in your book for lesson 10. And you should see this same exact graph in this same exact table. So it says Jada told Noah that she has $2 worth of quarters and dimes in her pocket and 17 coins altogether. She asked him to guess how many of each type of coin she has. Number of quarters is 0, and this, we're over here, by the way. Let me highlight it. We're here. In this table. Okay. Number of quarters is 0 and number of dimes is 20. So that's because it has to add to $2. All of these have to add to $2, okay? So it's not random. That's why they're putting these amounts. So it has to equal $2, like that. So 20 times 10 cents. If you do that, you get $2. Okay, so if you've got 4 quarters, how many dimes do you have? So 4 quarters, that is 50 cents, which means you've got 50 cents left, right? So this is 4 quarters is not 50 cents. Oh my goodness. You can tell I'm not awake today. 4 quarters is $1. Okay, there we go. So you've got $1 left. So if a dime is 10 cents, for those of you who forgot, dimes are 10 cents. Quarters are 25 cents, like that. There is 100 cents and $1, right? So how many dimes do you need to make 100 cents? If it's 10 cents each, you would need 10 dimes. Let me write it in black. So you need 10 dimes, and that's just because 10 times 10 equals 100. Or $1. And this next one says you have 0 dimes. So how many quarters would you need? Well, if 4 quarters is $1, then that means that you would double 4 to get $2. So that would be 8 quarters. And it wants to know if you've got 5 dimes. So 5 times 10, that's 50 cents. Right? So that means that you've got to make $1.50 in quarters. Got $1.50 left to make. So $1 is 4 quarters and 50 cents is 2, so that makes 6. And there's a blank space, which we're just gonna leave blank. Okay. Cool. I think that's all we had to do, right? She asked him to guess how many of each type of coin she has. Okay. I think I just filled out the table early. Oops. Anyways, here it's saying for number 1, so this is I'm way ahead of myself. So this is the answer to question 1. Okay, so if you need to like pause it and copy that down, go for it because I'm all over the place. Okay, this is number 1. Here's the table that shows some combinations of quarters and dimes that are worth $2. Complete the table. We just did that up here. Okay, cool. We're still on the same problem, but we're just going to look at the graph now. So this is the same exact information up here. Nothing new, all same, but it's important still. Number 2 says there is a graph of the relationship between the number of quarters and the number of dimes when there are a total of 17 coins. Okay, so cannot have more than 17 coins. What does point A represent? And how much money in dollars is the combination represented by point A worth? Okay. Ooh, that's very loud. Sorry. Messages are not mute. I will mute it right now. Oh my goodness. So loud. Sorry. Okay, so what does point A represent? Point A looks like it goes, and I'll kind of, maybe let me highlight on this, that might help. So A, if we follow A down, oh my goodness, that is really wide. That is not helpful. Okay, can I make the highlight any thinner? No, maybe. Yay, okay, there we go. So here's A, I'm following it so you guys can see what I'm looking at better, but it looks like for A, it's at 8 quarters and skips a line in between, goes by 2s. Goes by, yeah, so that would be 9, right? The missing number up there on this part. So that would be 9. So 8 quarters and 9 dimes is what A represents. So A represents 8 quarters and 9 dimes. And then it says how much money in dollars is the combination represented by point A worth. Okay, so we can do some math off to the side. So we can say, okay, 8 quarters, that is worth, well, 4 quarters is $1, right? So 8 would be $2. And then 9 dimes, that would be 9 times 10 cents. So that would be 90 cents. So you could write it like this, and then $, or you could write 90 cents. Either way. So $2.90 would be how much money it is worth. Point A. All right, moving on. Number 3. Is it possible for Jada to have 4 quarters and 13 dimes in her pocket? Explain how you know. So I'm going to set this one up and then you guys are going to finish it on your own. But the key here is that it has to be $2. So must be $2, like that. There. That's not a very good $sign. Let me fix it. There you go. Okay. So explain how you know. So you're going to just calculate if you have 4 quarters, right? So it's like saying 4 times 25 cents. And you've got 13 dimes, so it's like 13 times 10 cents. How much money do you have? And is it $2? If it is even a penny over $2, it's not possible. And also the combination needs to add 17, so double check that, although I think it is 17. Okay, number 4, how many quarters and dimes must Jada have? Explain your reasoning. So this means that you need to think about 17 coins that add to $2 exactly. So I'm going to have you guys come up with that as well. So just kind of mess around with it and see like what times 25 cents and what times 10 cents will end up giving me exactly $2. And maybe there's more than one combination. Maybe there is only one combination, but I think you guys can do that on your own. Okay, I think this is our very last question, and it's actually really easy. It just looks really bad because there's like a graph and a huge word problem and then a chart, which everyone probably looks at and thinks this is going to be horrible, but it's really not that bad. Okay, so Claire and Andre are making signs for all the lockers as part of the decorations for the upcoming Spirit Week. Yesterday, Andre made 15 signs and Claire made 5. Today, they need to make more. Each person's progress is shown in the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is fancy for graph. It's shown in the graph. Based on the lines, mark the statement as true or false for each person. So what they're going to expect you to be able to do is just look at this graph and then be able to read it to answer the questions in the yellow box here, where I am highlighting it. This box. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so at 40 minutes, I have 25 signs completed. So we're going to look at the graph. We're going to see, let's use a color that's not in the graph. We're going to look at the graph and see if that makes sense. So at 40 minutes, I have 25 signs. So 40 minutes, I have 25 signs. This is for point A. So I follow this, I follow that. Okay, so there's 40, that's right. And then between 20 and 30 is 25, so that's true. For each person. Oh wait, who has the black line? Is it Claire or Andre? Claire and Andre making signs. Yesterday Andre made 15 and Claire made 5. Today then each person's progress is shown in there. Which one is Claire? We're gonna say, because Andre made 15 signs and Claire made 5, that, oh, I see. Okay, so this line here, Claire is at 5 and Andre is at 15. So that's Claire. And then this one, because it's starting at 15, that is Andre. Really making us try to figure it out. Okay. So that means that what we just highlighted, that was on the black line as well as the blue line, because they're sharing that line. Do you guys see how it intersects? So that means that is true for both. Okay, we'll do one more problem and then you guys can do the rest on your own. So let's do C. So at 0 minutes, I have 15 signs completed. So at 0 minutes, I have 15 signs completed. So that would be going from 0 straight up to 15, which is right there between 10 and 20. And it looks like the person who is at that point is Andre, and we know that's true from the problem as well, right? And that is definitely not true for Claire. She only has 5, and I'm writing this in the wrong spot. Don't copy that. She only has 5, so that is false. And then you're going to do the same thing on your own for this one and this one. Okay. I think that we are done. All right, so again, tomorrow, if you need help on any of this or if you have old questions, just send me either a message on Remind or an email and just say, Ms. Fernani, I feel stuck on either you can give me the question that you're stuck on, or you can just say on some of the concepts, whatever, and then I will send you the link a few minutes before. And all sessions for math are now at 1:40 to 2:15. We're gonna just combine them all together, so just keep that in mind. All right.